Okay, I'm going to be talking to y'all about vegetarianism. Now, I've been a vegetarian for 3 years. Not 3 years, I've been a vegetarian since third grade, going on 11 years now. According to the top 10 reasons why.com, being a vegetarian is the single most best decision you can make for your life, especially considering your diet. And then also, according to Vegetarian Times, there's about 3.2% of adults are vegetarians, and this is about 7.3 million people. And with being a vegetarian, it can be a great reason for your health, and it can also make you look healthier, and it is good for the animals and the environment. So, with being healthy, according to Vegetarian Times again, they specifically say that it can help with either fighting against heart disease or trying to prevent certain kinds of cancer. And then it also reduces the like your ability to get foodborne illnesses because those are commonly found in protein, which is mainly in different kind of meats or fish. And so being a vegetarian, that reduces your risk a lot. Which also goes along with that is it added much needed minerals and vitamins to your diet with the different kind of vegetables that you eat depending on how frequently you eat them. Okay. Now, you don't just feel healthier, but you also look healthier, like what I mentioned earlier. So, with looking healthier, eating these different kind of vegetables and different kind of fruits, these really help to build up your bones inside your body and making them stronger. And this is also due, as I mentioned earlier, to the different kind of minerals and vitamins that are within your body. It's easier to lose weight and to keep that weight off whenever you are eating more vegetables because unlike meats and certain kind of animal body parts that you eat, uh, vegetables and fruits don't contain such fatty substances. And so whenever you do lose the weight, it keeps it easier to be able to keep it off of you because all you're eating is the vegetables and the good things that are for you. Now, with eating these vegetables comes much more energy, which is good for you because it gives you the ability to be able to lose this weight and it gives you the ability to be able to do day to day things and therefore making you look better by the things that you're putting into your body. Now, an added bonus to you looking healthier and being healthier is you also get to help out the animals and the environment around you. So it's not just better for you, it's also better for them. So, with helping the animals, um, with just you individually choosing to be a vegetarian and with you trying to persuade others to be vegetarians, this can help end world hunger. In third world countries, whenever they are having animals up for livestock, they don't just feed it the grass out in the field because that usually doesn't get them big enough. They try to fill them up with as much grain as they can, as much grain or corn or any kind of extra substances they have around. Now, inside these third world countries, while they're trying to feed up their animals, they're also themselves starving, but they get their money from these animals. But instead of doing that, they could just try to save up and they could try to use the grain they're feeding them just to feed themselves. And mainly, the animals that they're helping doesn't even go back to feed them, it goes to feed us here in America or inside Europe or other countries that are thriving. And along with stopping the end world hunger, this can also help to reduce global warming. And it may seem a little bit strange, and I know that y'all are probably thinking, well, yeah, that makes sense because the factories that make these animal meats is probably producing a lot of chemicals in the air, and that is true. But also, animals themselves, with their manure, they produce this sort of green gas material that will help improve the environment. And then, most importantly, what I mentioned earlier, it simply stops animal cruelty. According to the animal rights organization.org, animals, whenever they are being used for our consumption, they are put into these very crowded, basically storage units, and this includes animals for cows and for even sheep, even though it's kind of a rare meat, and chickens and pigs and just any kind of animals really. And what these crowded places do is they don't allow the animals to be able to move around very much, so they're very uncomfortable all the time. And with them being very uncomfortable and with them being very crowded, they get diseases more easily, and so this causes them to die. And I believe that one of the places that I looked up, which was the animalorganization.org that I mentioned earlier, they said they're dying at about millions per day. And this isn't just like happening at one place. So you're not just like, well, that doesn't make any sense because there can't be one place that holds millions of animals. but there is millions of places around the world that are doing this, and so that makes more sense. And so with these animals being all crowded and with dying, they aren't getting regular nutrition added to their system, they aren't getting enough sunlight, and they aren't getting regular doctor visits. And so that makes them die at greater rates, and then therefore we consume them, and it just keeps on going on, this cycle and cycle and cycle. Now, from this, we realize that animals' lives matter and our lives matter. And so by becoming vegetarian, it can improve your life, it can improve animals, and it can improve the environment. And so that's why I believe that vegetarianism is a very great thing to take and to put on. And even though it may not seem easy, because I know that once you get inside of a regular routine, it's hard to break away from that and try to go off and do something new that you've never done before. But I can guarantee that the rewards are far greater than what you have to give up.